So tepid response from the market, 134 points up. That's nothing significant compared to what we had started off with, which was above 155 points. So the Sensex definitely not really zooming up on the back of this. So there is a bit of negative watch, of course, that will continue. The RBI being cautious. It's just a signal that is being sent out that we are not tampering your lending rates as of now, but we are infusing more cash into the system. As a matter of fact, 17,000 crores into the banking system now has been infused with the reduction of CRR by 25 basis points from 4.75 down to 4.50. Virendra now joins us from Mumbai for more on this. You know, Virendra, that debate going on whether banks will allow for lesser rates, at least for corporates or the big borrowers. That will remain to be seen if there is any sort of a movement for the banks to pass on this benefit that is being given to them.
Akash, that's $1 million question, because if you check last month figure, in fact, a few of the banks have definitely reduced their interest rate by 25 basis point or 50 basis point. Not the major bank like HDFC, ICICI Bank, they have not reduced the interest rate on the housing loan or the car loans, but they have reduced on the FD, the fixed deposit part. So definitely this CRR cut would not, boost the reduction of interest rate in the market. It depends on the banks, would they like to do it or not. But the second part is that the liquidity part is definitely a good news from that, because with this CRR cut, 17,000 crore the kind of amount would get infused in the liquidity in the market, and that could be a good sign for the corporate India. Third important part, the market is not happy because it started with a bang, 215 point up, but now it is trading around 150 point. So definitely it has gone down, and in fact the time when RBI announced the policy at 11 o'clock, just 10 minutes back, it was hovering around 169 point up. So the point is that market is not happy, and in fact they are not expecting much from RBI, and there's a lot of pressure. In fact, even RBI can't do much, because as saying, because I have the policy highlights, it is saying that LPG, the fuel hike and the inflation and all, it is still a concerned issue for RBI.
Yes, clearly. Mayur, just take us through the politics of it. You had a very interesting point that in the Pranab Mukherjee era, relations were not that great between the RBI and the Finance Ministry. Things could change with P. Chidambaram, of course, having detailed discussions with the RBI. But the RBI and D. Subba Rao obviously going with the numbers, and the numbers not favouring any dramatic shift or even a minor tinkering of 25 basis points as far as lending rates is concerned.
So Akash, what this essentially does is that it's obviously good news for businesses per se. Sectors like real estate, the developers, the people who are installing power projects, the key infrastructure sector, the complaint that the sectors in the economy had is that there isn't enough liquidity in the system. So the 25 basis points to some extent addresses this problem of liquidity that companies in these sectors have been facing. What it does not address is the problems of people like you and me. So that obviously looks like not being on the immediate priority of the government, and maybe the government will undertake some measures on this front a couple of quarters later. At this point in time, what looks like from the RBI message, the message from the RBI is that we are getting sensitized to the needs of the economy. At the first stage, let us address the demands of the industry. At the second stage, maybe possibly they will go and address the requirements of the consumers. So I think you put it well. Policy essentially does not bring any relief to you and me, but it does bring some amount of, though it's minor, relief to the industry per se.